Hello everyone, my name is Isabella Wakeling, and for my health behavior journal, I chose to reduce my social media use. According to El Khoury et al., by reducing social media use, there is a positive change in mood, reduced anxiety, and improved sleep. How much social media use is too much? The Journal of Science and Clinical Psychology determined that daily social media use should be 30 minutes or less per day to experience better health outcomes. Excessive social media use can lead to distraction, inconsistent sleep, opportunities for bullying and rumor spreading, and peer pressure, as well as unrealistic views of lives seen on social media. Before embarking on my health behavior journey, I was averaging 5 to 7 hours of social media screen time per day. It truly felt like a dependency. I could tell it was making me tired, unproductive, and antisocial, and interfered with the hobbies and activities that I enjoyed to do in my free time. I'm hoping that from changing my behavior, I'm able to interact and enjoy the world around me more. The three interventions that I used to change my behavior were from Gen Psych and Psychology Today. My interventions were deleting social media apps off of my phone, setting a time limit for screen time on social media applications, and finding new hobbies that would aid in resisting my urge of scrolling. The challenges of the intervention were initially starting the habit and the temptations experienced throughout the 4 weeks. I felt bursts of boredom, mindlessness, feeling like I had to constantly know what my friends were doing, using my social media in awkward social settings, and finding other ways to use my time were difficult throughout this process. The successes of the intervention were when I deleted some of my social media apps, they were out of sight, out of mind. Having a timer control my social media screen time was a barrier that helped me when my temptation was high. The apps closed when my time was up and prevented me from opening them again. I also found a new hobby. In these images, the successes of the intervention are documented. In the first two photos, the use of screen time feature and time limit feature for iPhones was successful in preventing me from going over my time. I also included snapshots of my newfound hobby, making wired rings. My goal was to limit social media use to 30 minutes per day for 4 weeks. As you can see in this table, this was how many minutes I spent on social media time per day for the 4 weeks. I highlighted the days where I didn't meet my goal due to getting used to my behavior and the emotional challenges that gave me the urge to break the behavior change. The first theory and model I will be talking about is the health belief model using the construct perceived barriers. Perceived barriers are the beliefs regarding or reducing social media use. I believe the cost was too much because of my dependence, so I utilized assurance with the iPhone screen time restriction. The next theory and model is a theory of planned behavior using the construct perceived behavioral control. This is the extent to which a person feels control of enacting a certain behavior. I chose to set restrictions on my phone for myself to make me feel like I had more control over reducing my use. Lastly, I'll be touching on the social cognitive theory using the self-construct self-control. This is the sense of control a person has over making a change. I encountered many moments of low self-control and temptation, so I was constantly self-monitoring, sticking to my goal, and occasionally rewarding myself for good behavior. My recommendations for you to limit your social media use would be to try and delete your apps off of your phone. If not, restrict your media time with iPhone settings, reward yourself, and lastly, find other activities and hobbies that bring you joy. In conclusion, after evaluating my process of limiting my social media use, although I did not achieve the goal of less than 30 minutes per day for 4 weeks, I did decrease my overall use significantly. Limiting my use has definitely had lasting benefits on me. Thank you.